Hi, this is Dory with Prairie Scraps, and I know I have been very negligent on this channel since before Christmas, actually. Um, I was all doing the crafts and giving you updates about our foster care walk prior to that. And then the holidays I took a break at holidays and then just never got back in it. So I apologize for not updating. The funny thing is that I love watching other people's YouTube, and it always used to surprise me, or I'd always be like, why do people take time off? And now I know once you stop doing videos every single day, it's easy to just keep not doing them. So we've had lots of updates in our lives. We have gotten our second placement for foster care. Our first one ended after a very brief stint and was not the greatest experience, but and then of course I had an injury last August that kept me laid up through the end of the year, and back in December we started getting calls from the department saying, hey, any chance that you'll be up and about soon because we have a placement we'd like to place with you. Basically what happened was the child that we got is from our town and was staying 70 miles away from us in another foster home, and it wasn't working out so great with them either. So they loved her and they wanted her really badly, but it just didn't work out for them. So but anyway, so we have a new little miss and we're excited. Our first placement, we actually, to kind of back up, we went into foster care hoping to do our first placement in under 3 years old, actually kind of more on the baby side. And the reason for that was not because we were like, oh, we want to adopt a baby, but because we thought that it would be less invasive on our older kids. Our older kids would have to share a room. If we had over 3 years old and under 3, they can share my husband and my our bedroom. We could put the crib in our room, and it just was, I thought, at least for the first time around, would be a nice, better transition. So that's what our goal was, and I got call after call for 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 13-year-olds, and although it broke my heart to say no to a lot of them, we did finally, I felt like I better just take one because I wasn't ever going to get one, because we went the entire first year not having any placements almost. So last February I said yes to an 8-year-old, and it really was probably the biggest mistake that I've ever done. So my advice is to anybody who's doing foster care, choose, first of all, pray about it. Make sure that you're doing the age range that you are comfortable with doing. And I got a lot of feedback from people. And in fact, the social worker we had that did our check and everything and set us up with our license the first time had put us down as an adopt only for baby, and so kind of put us on a blacklist where they weren't calling us at all, or they'd call us for such obnoxious placements that we just had to say no. Like, oh, do you want a 13-year-old girl or whatever? And our bedrooms are situated, we have 2 teenagers, a boy and a girl of our own, and if we put a teenager in there, they're right across the hall from each other, and my bedroom is downstairs. So I wasn't sure how that was going to pan out, and so I wanted to be sure, and I want to make sure that my kids are all on board too for the first one. So fast forward an entire year later, like in January, we had to rush and get all of our because I didn't do any of even though I was sitting injured all the way from August through December on a chair, it would have seemed like a great time to get my 10 hours of credits finished and do some online stuff, but I didn't. I procrastinated and I didn't want to do it, and I was on a lot of medications too, so it wasn't necessarily a great time for me to be doing classes for foster care. But in January, my husband and I had to get our certification, recertify before we could get her. So little Miss came to us. She was 2 months old. I remember driving down to pick her up, and funny enough, my 3 kids that are living at home came with, and then the funny thing is that my 2 adult children were in the town that we were picking her up from. They were living there going to school, and they both showed up. So we get into the elevator to go pick her up at the county building, and I'm like looking around like, I have 5 kids I'm taking to pick up a 6th, and I'm like, boy, this is kind of funny. So anyway, we all absolutely fell in love with her right from the start, and I know there's lots of people that talk, and I might talk about this on another video about the feelings of, you know, possibly having to give her up. So anyway, that has been, so November, December, so yeah, January, we picked her up at the end of January. She was 2 months old. She's now just turned 7 months. We've had her 5 months. It's been, I was just telling my husband last night, it feels like it was a perfect fit for our family. Our kids love her. They argue about being able to change her diaper or being able to help feed her or whatever it is. They all can't wait to hold her, and they walk through the room and go, she is so cute. And we do the same. We just, you know, it doesn't feel like she's any different than the rest of us, other than she's got lots of commitments that the rest of us don't have outside of the family. So anyway, that's the update. We have our 2nd placement. It's our 2nd year of being certified. It feels like this is what we were made to do, and I am so excited to say that we have Little Miss. So I will try to be better at giving you updates about what's going on in our foster care home, without too many details about her specifically. But for now, we love her beyond measure, and we hope to be able to share some of that journey with you. So anyway, and of course, yes, we will be very sad to give her up. So, but we don't know what God's plans are. So there you go. Thanks for joining me today, and I'm sorry for the big leave. Like I said, I promise I will try to do this more often. Had a little bit. She's actually sleeping behind me. So, but she's a great sleeper, and she was a little cranky this morning. So when we went to do errands, I wanted to make sure that she got her sleep in this morning before she has a visit. So anyway, great. Thanks for joining me. Go ahead, like it down below. Give me a thumbs up if you liked hearing about my story. All of that helps me. I really appreciate you all hanging out, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.